Go ahead, you start.
What up, y'all? What up, world?
Hi, everybody.
What's the deal? What it look like?
I'm T. Hatchett.
You T Happy?
I'm T. Hatchett.
You T Happy. What's up? What's up?
And that's him.
Who's him?
Him.
All right.
Him downstairs, milking cool kids.
Whatever.
And we are the
Hatchett Chronicles. What up, y'all? What's the deal? What's happening with you? Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
There's nobody
This is
here.
going to be my last Hatchett Chronicles, y'all. I'm out.
You're expecting a reaction from me, and you're not going to get it. I'm just going to tell you.
Would you leave it?
I'm trying to get, you always say that you're on the edge. I'm trying to get you from on the edge.
Howdy, folks.
Hey, Eleanor.
What's up, Ellie? What's the deal? What's good with you? I wasn't ready for the night, man.
Me either. I don't feel good tonight. I got a headache and my legs hurt. But the show must go on.
Cry me a river.
You ain't going nowhere, Frank.
That's why nobody asked you.
No attention to him.
Nobody asked you, Eleanor.
Hey, Eleanor, when you coming down with the steel cut oatmeal?
Never. It's all good. It ain't. Oh, you ain't. No.
Come on down with the steel cut oatmeal.
And both of y'all gonna get beat over the head with the oatmeal.
Whatever. We're not scared of you.
Oh boy.
So let's see what's going on. You tell what's going on.
I got a lot of.
What's going on?
I just did 1, 2, 3 new house tracks that I'm getting ready to put up on Bandcamp. Let me tell you something, man. I think today I really outdid myself. I really think I outdid myself. I really have to say that the joint I did today is crazy. I've been in here working, man. Y'all see, I don't have no haircut, no shave, nothing. I've been in a dungeon. I got records to finish up. She said she's going to have to do that. I ain't scared of Frank.
I know that's right.
I don't want you to be scared. Be cautious.
We ain't worried about him.
Don't be scared.
Come on down with the steel cut oatmeal.
Whatever.
He's trying to intimidate me with the look.
I know I'm not. So,
what you got? What else you got going on?
Do you mind? Can I finish?
Okay, well,
I'm talking.
Interrupted.
No, I'm talking.
Oh, you trying to put your foot down?
I'm trying to finish my sentence. I ain't answering. I'm doing my own thing. So I got these couple of joints. Yo, I'm gonna do a live in a few days.
He always say that.
No. See, this is what I mean. You be bumping your gums about not knowing nothing. So look, I'm gonna do a live, and I'm gonna play some exclusive tracks that I just did. I told y'all I was trying to do a folder, and I was trying to put 40 beats in a folder. So I'm almost there. I got a few, maybe 4 more, maybe 4 more. And I'll have 40 beats in a folder, and then I'm gonna do a live. And I'm gonna, yo, what up, Steve? What up, cuz?
Hey, Steve.
I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna play 40 beats out of my catalog that I just did.
Hey, sis.
And sis, what's happening? I'm gonna play some joints out of my new catalog that I just created, my 2021 catalog. And listen, man, I'm telling y'all right now, I think I outdid myself with this new catalog I just did. I really do. Doing that, I I'm getting ready to acquire, I think, 2 new artists. Just waiting for a phone call and a conversation. But more than likely, I think we're going to have 2 new artists to sign to the label, or at least management or production.
Let me say something. Let me say this. I'm sorry to cut you off, but Steve, call me.
Craig, what's up, Craig?
Call me, Steve. That last joint.
Yo, Steve, that joint crazy.
Listen, out of all of them, and I like your music, but out of all of them, that last one, call me, because we're going to do something with that. Because that one right there,
yeah, that joint
right
crazy.
there.
That joint, I don't know if you got the message I sent you. When I listened to it, I messaged you, and I don't know if you responded back or what. You said thanks, cuz, but then thanks for sharing, but I hit you back again and told you to call me. But
I put that in rotation. It's in the rotation. Was it today? Either today
yesterday. It's for today.
No, I don't know whether I did it today or tomorrow, but it's in rotation. But it was in rotation also on Saturday, I think, or Friday. As soon as you sent it, I listened to it and I put it right in the rotation.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
It'll be in rotation all this week. I don't know the days, but it'll be all this week because that one right there.
Oh, you said you reposted it? Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, wasn't he, Eleanor? That one right there. That's a hit right there.
Yeah, that joint is crazy.
Yeah.
It's definitely crazy.
So,
Craig, what's good, bro? What you working on, man? I know you working on some stuff. I know you working on some stuff.
What I got going on is same old, same old. Oh, you wasn't finished? Go ahead, because
I'm finished.
Long drawn out conversation. Anywho.
Stereo the Hitman on all platforms, no doubt. That's what's up. I got you, bro. I'm gonna support that. No doubt.
Something we could put in rotation on.
I'll
say this to you guys. If you have music, send it our way so we can listen to it, because my goal or our goal is to make the radio station independent radio station with all independent artists on it. Right now we're playing majors and independent artists. But
we getting a collection of independent stuff.
Yeah, that would be our dreams. If we could do independent artists all day, every day,
that's what
14
we really
hours a day, 7 days a week on Untapped Music Radio. Where they do that at, y'all? That's my commercial. That's my drop.
I knew she was going for it. Crunch, what up, though?
Hey, James. So, what I got going on is the same old, same old. My biggest thing that I'm waiting for right now is that from my rib.
Don't you dare.
Anyway, we're gonna move right along because
do that.
We can't talk about that right now. Anyway, let's get to the subject.
The website is in the feed, y'all. So
go on the website. You'll see all things. I haven't had a chance to put Steve's latest up there, but I'm gonna put it up there on the website too because he's doing his thing. So the topic for tonight is before you say I do. Babe, you know what? I was talking to a friend of mine who was telling me about another friend who got married and 6 months later they were divorced. And we always talk about, getting married and, the things that should be in a relationship before you say I do. So this topic is about that. Because,
And who inspired this topic?
Well, it was me, really. It came up from me, but it was something that
Somebody tag Eunice.
What?
Because you took her. Knock her topic off and put yours up there. No, I'm only kidding.
No, I've been alternating. I've been putting hers up too. Don't be trying to throw me under the bus. Eunice is on my side. Eunice and Eleanor is always on my side, no matter what.
So, I don't know. We're going to get into I don't know, I guess a good one tonight, maybe. I don't know, depending on this.
Well, my thing is this. So they got married. They only known each other for a long time, for a short time, and then they got married, and it was divorce. And somebody said, "Well, that's to be expected since they got married so quick." But then I started thinking, we got married quick. Well, it seemed like we got married quick, even though we knew each other for 5 years. But we wasn't really dating or anything. So I don't think it's the quickness that made the marriage not last. It was other things, like for instance, not being true to who you are. So what?
There's definitely some things.
Chill, Frank. That's
what
right.
You tell what?
You tell him. You tell him.
You don't get your boy. See that backhand? There's definitely some things you need to do before you say I do. But I think the most important thing that you can do before you say I do is be sure within yourself that this is something that you want to do. I think that's the most important thing. You can't, go off of some sexual feelings or whatever. You have to really sit down and mull it over and say, is this what I want to do? When I get married, this is it. This is who I'm going to be with until God calls me. You know what I'm saying? So if you still got some play in you, or you still want to flirt hard and go out and have a drink with one or two, it's not the thing to do. It's not the thing to do. I just think that the most important thing you should do is really, consult yourself and figure out if that's something that you really want to do. If you got all of your...
said Pippin ain't easy.
It really ain't, man. It really ain't. It's really not. But you know what? Before I said I do this last time, I was really tired of pacifiers. Dealing with this one for this, dealing with that one for that, dealing with that one for that, dealing with this one for this. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just fall back. I'm not even dating no more or none of that. I'm going to just chill because I really got tired. I just got tired. Different personalities. You got to argue different ones for different things. And all of this frustrating and this a headache. And I just said, I'm going to just fall back. I'm getting off the radar. I'm walking off the reservation. I chopped up the canoe, threw it in the trees.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
And I got off the reservation and I just sat in the woods.
That was a lot to get off the reservation.
Yeah, and I sat in the woods. And then God came through the trees.
He said, that's what some women will do to you. That's what Steve said.
You're right, bro. Like, you're right. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I just think that, if before you say I do, you really need to, find it in yourself to know yourself and to know what you want to do. That's very important.
So I want, I like feedback from you guys. So I want everybody to give me one thing they think needs to be done or said before you say I do.
What do you think?
Me and Belly was having a conversation the other day. By the way, Sister Talk with Chocolate Smoothie, Valerie McAllister, I was her guest. It will be on Untapped Music Radio on Friday at 7:30 and a repeat on Saturday at 6. But we were having a conversation and we were talking about how we were perfect for each other and how we made it with getting married and stuff like that. And my number one thing is God was in our. Now I know everybody might not have the faith or not believe, but I believe that God, that it all boils back to God because.
Yeah, most definitely. But I mean, before, no, I can't even. Yeah.
Yeah, before.
Before we got together, I mean, like linked up. You know what I mean? Before I called you or text you or whatever and to tell you what I needed to tell you, I was to the point where I said, I'm good. I don't want to, God, just you do it.
But you know what? Don't you feel like that was God? Because I grew tired. I was growing tired, but I didn't understand why I was growing tired of being out there.
I didn't either.
And so I feel like God prepared us. Was preparing us. So
without a question.
So my thing was, because if God had not prepared us, then we wouldn't have been together. We, even if we had tried, like all the signs that we missed for each other
for 5 years.
Yeah. So I think that was God shielding us from going that path. Because had we gone that path, then
we
it
might
would
not end up
exactly
right
together.
Now.
It would have been the same old thing. So God had to prepare us. So for me, it's like you said, but only I named it. I call it God. You know, you have to be prepared to be married. You know, you have to know that you can't get married for anything else except for that's what you want to do.
Right.
And the reason why I say that is because, you know, if you get married because, you know, he's good in bed, they're good in bed, or because you feel like you're getting older, or because
he got some financial stability.
Financial, or because, you know, you're tired of being alone, and or any of those things, it's not going to work.
Nope.
It's got to be simply because you want to get married.
Eleanor said,
before getting married, you got to turn in that player's card. Stay off the playground. That's funny because I had to turn in mine. I gave it to my brother-in-law. Really, I had this gold card, and my brother-in-law kept saying, "Well, if you're gonna stop playing, then you got to give me that card." And just before he called me, I think it was when you called me, I handed the player card to my brother-in-law. It is, a matter of fact, he keeps it sitting in his windowsill in his bedroom. James said, I have to feel that we are truly in love to even go down that road.
That's
you
most fact.
Definitely have to be in love.
That's a fact, bro.
Definitely.
Definitely that.
Eleanor said, take time to seriously get to know one another, every aspect.
That's right.
That is true too. Communication.
That's right.
Reciprocity. Now, I can't talk. Reciprocity is a must for me, and reciprocity would give me proof we are on the same page. If I can't get that, I will be single until I do. All right.
That's important.
It is important.
That's important. You got to reciprocate. That's important.
Valerie said, before you say I do, be sure that you are ready to do whatever it takes to nourish, compromise, and devote to this one person. Before you say I do, know that you will have to do. That is, she said LOL, but you know what? That's deep because you are so right.
Yo, Jazz, yo.
You know what? Jazz said, I got married because I hate washing dishes. How that work for you? Hey, Eunice.
Yo, Jazz, you shut up.
Is it working? Because that defeats anything we said.
Hey, Jazz, check your email, man. I sent you something for tonight, man. It's on fire. Hey, Eunice, what's up?
What
the popcorn are you doing?
I don't know. What are some of the other? I'm not going to say I do. I'm saying I'll try. Well, hey, Eleanor, maybe you better wait a few.
Hey, where's the pom pom slayer tonight?
Exactly.
I need his perspective.
Chris. What is
somebody tag Chris Allen?
What are some other things that you think?
I don't think you get married for convenience.
But what are the things before you say I do? Do you think? What should I don't do? Do you think it's all right that, let's say you find somebody and you think you want to marry them? Do you think that it's all right? And I'm asking this for everybody. Do you think, okay, let's say me and you found me and you know you love me and you want to marry me, but you feel like you had some play in you. So you told me, you asked me to marry you, but then you decided in your head that let me go out and get all the play out of me before I marry her.
I would tell you.
Do you think that's right to do? I
would tell you.
Should you have even asked somebody to marry you if you still have play in you?
I mean, you can mean that, and still have play in you. You can mean that you really want to get married to someone, and still have a little play in you. I believe it's. I don't think nothing's impossible. But
you know what?
I'm
Jazzy
just.
B said, but sometimes I have to buy tampons. That's love. Anytime a man will go in the store and buy tampons or pads, that's love.
That's a love. That's a love right there. That's a love. Crunch said,
knowing cohabitation is comfortable for you both.
No doubt. That's right, bro. That's right. That's love. You said Jazzy B, that's love.
It is.
I think that you gotta, man, listen, I just think that my own perspective, I just think you need to really sit down and have a conversation with yourself. You really do. Because and like to revert back to the question you just asked me, if I said, I want to marry you, and you know what I mean, and I still felt like I had some play in me before I decided to move any further, after I told you that I wanted to marry you, but when I started feeling like, well, you know what, dang, I still got some play in me, I need to get this out before I make it final, I would come to you and say, hey, listen, we had a conversation and I said I do want to marry you and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But I still feel like I got some play in me, you know what I mean? And I don't want to create any problem or anything. So, I mean, whatever you feel about that is fine. If you say, okay, you got play and you go play and don't come back, that's just something that I would have to deal with.
I probably would say, okay, well, you got play and you go play. And if I'm available when you're done, then we'll talk.
And you know what? I would have to take that. I would take that. I mean, I would take that.
Jane said, I'm not buying tampons or running red lights. Nope.
Yeah, I definitely ain't running no red lights.
I don't know about the red lights, but maybe if you're in love enough, you won't even realize you're in the store. One day you'll just be in the store buying tampons and realize, hey.
Nope.
You just said, what's the topic again?
What do you need to do? What do you need to do before you say I do?
Yeah, or do or say.
Do or say.
So it's before you say I do. It's basically the topic, but it's what do you need to do or say before you say I do?
Right.
Or you get married.
What up, Eunice?
What I think is very important is not to put on airs. You know what I'm saying? Because and women, we are guilty of this.
That's a great
trying to be something that we not, just when we meet somebody, just to get them. Because then when we get them and you can't keep that up because you're not going to keep that up, then what happens? Then things go south. Mm-hmm. So if you're the type of person who put cream and rollers in your hair, then you should put cream and rollers in your hair when you see him, so that he'll know what to expect if he's gonna marry you.
That's a fact.
If you wrap a scarf, your hair in a scarf, then you need to wrap your hair in a scarf so he'll know what to expect if he want to marry you. So it won't be no
there won't be no hiding facade. There won't be no I never knew that, or you know what I mean. So James Robbins said,
he said living together is crucial.
Oh wait. Before that,
okay, Eleanor said, just because you're on a diet don't mean you can't look at the menu. Just don't order.
Yeah, you're right.
I get that, but sometimes you can put yourself in a position
where you get full from the menu.
Or you get tempted by the menu. So
yeah, it might have
why look at the menu? Yeah, why look at the menu if you know that you're on a diet, so you won't why tempt yourself,
So you're just saying when you sit down to eat, just get a salad and some water.
Yeah, because why tempt yourself? Because if you're on a diet and you see the menu and you start seeing things, it's going to make you you're going to desire.
Yeah, but sometimes the salad can be so boring.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't be on a diet. I'm just saying, that's where the thing comes in, where you got to know yourself.
Yeah,
if you feel like, hey, I want to eat, I enjoy it, I don't care, then don't put yourself on a diet. I mean, do things for what you feel inside. Don't do things for other people, because that's where you get in trouble.
Ooh, yes, B. Yes, he said.
You should ask yourself, can we be friends after the lovemaking stuff? Amen.
Man, yo, that's key right
Okay,
there.
so that goes along with.
B, appreciate it. Love you, bro.
So that goes along with what James said. James said living together is crucial. So let me ask a question about that.
Okay, I wanna address that.
Okay, but let me ask a question about that. So let's say you fell for somebody and they say that being celibate is important to them, but they agreed to live with you. Could you live with somebody that you're engaged with but not
engage in sexual contact?
Yeah, but not have sex with them.
I did it.
Yeah, that's you. I'm asking James. I'm asking James because he said living together is crucial. Eleanor said, married or not, a man is going to look. It's who he comes home to that matters.
Facts.
Well, see, you know what? I think a man or a woman is going to look. I don't think we should always put that on the man.
First of all, let me say this. If you have eyes, you're going to look. If you look, it is
have
what it
eyes,
is.
We'll see.
I mean, it's a different in looking and lusting where your mouth is salivating and you wiping your mouth and all of that. But if you see a pretty woman, you say, man, she's beautiful or something like that, that's cool. But, to get to the point where you breathing hard and your mouth, you got saliva hanging out and you salivating, oh my God, that's different. But, I mean, if you looking, it is what it is. And if you have a woman or a man that's upset because you looked at someone else, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Now, Jazzy B said something that I really like, and that's true. But I think they was meaning if you're engaged to them, not if you're married to them. They were using engaged as the diet. But what he said is, why is marriage a diet? It's an in-house buffet. I'm eating all I want.
No doubt.
Amen.
Yes,
I like that.
Yo, hey, Jazz, we're going to put that on a shirt.
Barney said yes, if we are truly friends.
Facts.
Yeah, but I was asking, I still haven't heard. Okay, James did respond. Okay, so Steve said, as if women don't. Exactly. That's what I said, Steve. It's not just men that look. Women look too.
Yeah, they do.
But she's right. If there's nothing wrong with looking, as long as you know who you're going home to. And you got to know the person you're married. Y'all got to be like-minded. I think that's very important before you say being like-minded.
You have to be very attentive also to your mate before you get married. That's my own personal thing. Like to know what she likes and what she doesn't like and be able to, you know what I mean? Like I could tell what's on your mind most of the time, even without you saying something to me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or I know that something's bothering you without me asking. You know what I mean? Because I pay attention to you. I'm attentive to you all the time. It gets on my nerves, but you get on my last nerves.
I'm small. I am small brat. I will admit. I am a small brat.
Love that bird. Love that bird. Oh, my bad. I lost it for
James said live together but don't have sex. Just see if y'all can cohabitate peacefully. Exactly. Because that's the point of that. I mean, we did it.
We did it.
And when you take out the sex, there is.
It was hard, man.
Yes,
it was hard. I mean,
literally.
You know what? Don't do that. Ooh. As a family, look, see, she done tore up the Hatchett Chronicles and everything.
Well, that's all right.
Look, oh man, she done knocked down the green screen, being crazy. But you know what? I think that you just messed up the whole scenery and everything because you was being smart.
That was God.
Thank you, Jesus.
Go ahead, say what you was gonna say, baby.
It was hard to yeah. Look, they laughing at us. Hey, look, that's a blooper, yo. That go on a blooper reel, the Hatchett Chronicle bloopers.
Oh, we should do that. That's a good idea, baby.
Like that time when the spider came in here and you jumped.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do a Hatchett Chronicle bloopers. That's a good idea, baby.
I was saying that I think that that
you were talking about we did it.
yeah, no, it was hard, and I think the only thing that got us through it was prayer.
It was.
Seriously, because man,
He did the praying.
Yes, sir. I was praying. I was like, Lord, just when 2 or 3 are touch and agree, you in the midst. So I'm asking you tonight to come and you can lay right down in the bed
inviting
between
God
us.
into the bed with us. Who does that?
Come on in and chill
Who
with
does
us.
that?
Watch TV with me. Hold me down, son. But see, that's too much information. But my wife, man, look, she was sleeping with just the blankets. And I'm like, yo, really? You gonna get in the bed like that? I'm getting in the bed.
Yeah, but he got in the bed with full clothes on.
T-shirt.
And every time he got in the bed, I would say,
drawers,
I can't wait till we get married because I'm cutting up every single clothes you got.
I'm like,
and I was like, really? You know what? Honestly, y'all, it was me that, usually it's the man, but it was me that really tested the limits and pushed because honestly, I wasn't with being celibate. and that's the God honest truth. But I did it because I knew my husband was right. He said if we followed God and did it the right way, we would be all right. And I trusted that. I believed in God and I believed in my husband. And I trusted that.
Working it
yes,
out
he
today.
is. But honestly,
later,
when I tell you I was not with that celibacy thing, not at all. And God got me for it because even after we got married, I got sick. And for 3 weeks,
we didn't even have a honeymoon.
We didn't have a honeymoon because I was sick.
So I was nursing.
I walked down the aisle with 102. 103 temperature,
sure
and
did.
got home and fell in the bed and never got up for 3 weeks. So that's what God did to me because
oatmeal.
yeah, because all that time I was tested. I pushed the limits as hard as I could push them, but he didn't break. He was very good. He didn't break. He was a good man.
I was praying, Lord, please help me. Because I said, I made a promise to you that this would not happen until we say I do. I am trying to, Lord, just come in and sit down in the bed with us tonight, sir.
Payback is good to me now. I'm getting
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a family show. It's a family show. Put the kids away.
Every night I missed. Valerie said, Eunice said, right there is a difference between looking and lusting.
Yes,
true that?
Yeah.
Valerie said, the word said that the sin of the heart is just as much sin. So what you are thinking when you're looking. That's true, Valerie. That's true.
Val,
because we're not supposed to be lustful.
Val, don't you come on.
Amen, sis.
Don't you do that.
Barney said, agree. Eunice said, some people require a lot of attention.
They sure do.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I didn't at first require a lot of attention, but when you're spoiled, you're spoiled. And so because he spoiled me, now I do require, not a lot, but I require, when it's my time to get attention, I want full attention. Like when I'm ready to go to bed and he's in the bed, I expect my lap to be there. I don't care what you're going through. I need to lay on my lap, and I don't want to hear no excuses.
Y'all see that? It was like that from day one. You feel me?
No, because you gave me the attention from day one. Because you gave me attention from day one. So that's what I expect. And I expect what I expect. When I want to lean and lead and linger all over him, I expect it to be there for me to do because he has spoiled me the fact that I'm supposed to have what I want. Okay. This man has never said no to me. Does that not make you a spoiled brat? He don't say no to me. So, of course, it makes me... Of course it makes me a small brat. It's not my fault. Elizabeth said, I'm going to test that drive it to make sure it's satisfying at least once.
Somebody went to the test drive. I was going to mention that too.
Child, girl, I tried hard.
Her
car wouldn't start. It just wouldn't start.
Crash every time. Every time.
Eleanor said, I'll pray afterwards. Steve said men have the tendency to overdo what they do for their women and end up feeling bad because some women forget that we have feelings like they do, but don't cater to the man. And men don't expect a lot, just some simple recognition.
Men just require peace of mind sometimes.
I think you like to be spoiled.
I mean, I don't even call it spoiled. I just, whatever you do is what you do. My thing is as long as you're happy, I'm happy. That's my whole thing with this. Because it don't take much for me to get happy. Look, if I can come in my studio and spend 10 hours, I'm good. I'm happy as a lark. I'm great. I don't need much to, and then when I leave out of here, if I could catch a couple boxing matches on TV or some, MMA or baseball game or something like that.
Sometimes we still battle about, but he even found a way around that because he just let me go to sleep and then he watch everything he want to watch. Because he know as soon as I lay on him, I'm asleep. So it's like a give and take. As long as his leg is available, once I touch his leg, I'm knocked out. Then he can watch everything he want in peace. Boxing, sports, everything.
Steve said that's because he loves you.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I do, Steve.
Barney said, wow. Valerie said, Barney said, Valerie House, they're very nice. Steve said, happy wife, happy life.
That's a fact.
Eleanor said, men deserve to be spoiled just as much as women. I agree. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I did what I did with the oatmeal. See, I made sure that I got up and fixed you breakfast. It's just that I had to compromise and get my sleep too. So I worked it out. I figured out how to do it.
What's up,
niece?
Hey,
Kiki.
What's up, my niece?
Jamaica girl. Steve got from your song, I know what you're looking for.
Uh-oh. Hey, look, don't say nothing about my afro, y'all. Just keep your mind. Just mind your business.
You know what? Wouldn't nobody even notice if you hadn't said that.
I'm in a dungeon, yo. I've been in this studio in this box, man. I've been creating. So I'm trying to get this,
So Kia,
catalog finished.
To a person who's been married before, what before you say I do is the topic. What are some things you need to say or do before you get married? Again.
Again.
Yeah, he was married.
No, I'm just saying again. I didn't.
I think, yeah, I didn't put the again on there, but somebody who's been married would know what not to do before, the next time they get married, or what to do the next time. I think you should learn from it. How you know I don't have that already? Oh, there you go.
Oh, they talking.
Yeah, there they go again. We're going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
Make it a thing.
So,
so communication and don't change. And what else did you say? Know yourself. To oneself be
true.
To oneself be true.
I think that
to thine own self be
to
true.
Thine own self be true.
Yeah.
And I think you shouldn't get married for convenience, like, well, I'm gonna stay at her crib. She got a crib already, and you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good one, Eunice. Make sure you're healed from the last marriage. That's a good one. Too. That is a real good one. Yes. Yeah. Do not be bringing in no luggage.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Don't bring in no luggage that you unpack on somebody else.
Steve said that statement was in response to Eleanor. Okay.
Yeah, we're not getting in y'all stuff.
Talking amongst each other.
Yeah, we're not going to get in y'all stuff.
The rest of the class is doing what we do. Y'all talk amongst remember the teacher said talk amongst yourselves.
We got to put y'all in the corner. Y'all have your own. Make sure that your values are aligned. Both partners are emotionally aware and matured, and both are equipped and skilled for effective communication. Go ahead, Niecy. Yes.
Yes. Key. That's a key.
Yes.
That's the key. That's the key to a successful marriage.
Also, you got to make sure, like she said, maturity is very important, because if you ain't mature, And then you're gonna have
that's
problems
crazy.
with that.
And you know what else I think too?
Steve said she started it. All right, children.
I think communication, even before you get married, I think is great to have communication.
Yeah, we said that.
Communication. I think you need that before you get married.
Questions. Ask questions. Lots of questions.
Any question you want to know, ask it.
Yes. How do you act when you get mad? Is that your hair?
Did you
pay for it? Or is it on loan?
Is it a layaway? Yo, for real.
How does your credit look? Those finances are important facts before marriage. Yeah, and no. I mean, it depends. If y'all are on the same page, it might not be. But if you're not on the same page, like let's say, he ain't got no job and he laying around playing the Xbox, then yeah, finances you might want to ask him what's going on. But if you're in a situation like I knew my husband's situation before we got married, and that wasn't.
She knew I was a producer, and that's all I did. And I had my studio, and my production was my 9 to 5. So if you want all this, then you got to roll with what I got. If you don't want all this, then stay where you at. You know what I mean? Right.
He's talking mess. Just talking that talk. We were good with each other at wherever we was.
Tia said also 40 and up.
Make sure that you're sexually compatible. Some men are slowing down while women are just getting started.
Hey. Tia, nobody asked you to come on here.
My niece is a freak. Like her family is in a bloodline.
Look, it's a family show, niece. I love you, but
it's in the bloodline, honey. Well, you do.
But that's true too, though.
Yeah, but if you're not having sex, you can't see
now, like Barney said, was that Bilal or did James say that? That
you live together, see how y'all can.
No. That are you still going to be friends once the sex stops? Will you still be able to live together and be friends and still be in love and all of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because the older you get, you ain't jumping around like a rabbit.
That's another reason to be celibacy. Because suppose something happens. Suppose you doing it like rabbits, and then y'all get married. You're doing it like rabbits, and something happened where the one person can't have sex no more. Then what? Is the marriage over?
Right.
Because you have built it on that doing it like rabbits, and now something happened. The person can't do it. What happens?
Excuse me. That's exactly why. Well, that was exactly one of the reasons that I didn't want to do anything before we got married.
You didn't want that to be there.
I did not want that to cloud your judgment or mine. Because I didn't want to. I really just wanted to get to know your mind and your heart. I didn't want to get into all of that because that comes that right there. That's really not a hard task. Once you get with, when you start, talking that talk and, that'll come. But I really just wanted to get to know you. I wanted to get to know the person. You know what I mean? And I really didn't want that to be able to cloud our judgment. I just didn't want that to cloud the judgment. So that was very, very important to me. Plus, I wanted to do it by God, the way God said do it. You know what I'm saying? That was my most important thing. But, my second important thing was I didn't want that to cloud your judgment on mine, like I said.
Eunice said, understand one another expectations and boundaries. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
Steve said, letting your mate know exactly how you feel with no hidden agenda. Oh, my God, yes. Because, in the beginning, like I said, that couple, she did not let him know how she felt from the beginning. And so that was another thing. They had no communication. She put up a facade like she was one thing. But then when she got married to him,
something else.
It was something else.
Mm-hmm.
Eunice said, then you do it like turtles.
Whoa. Okay.
Kia said, "That's beautiful." She told me,
Oh,
oh,
thank you, niece.
Steve LMAO. Eleanor, there's a lot of ways to be intimate. There is.
Yes, it is.
There
And
is.
it's just not, having intercourse.
But when you're being celibate, you gotta be careful. That's like being on that diet and looking
Can't
at
look
that
at that
menu.
menu.
Because those other ways, anything, if the wind blow, you be ready to, okay, we're gonna do it now. So,
Lord have mercy.
yeah, it's just, I think it's a wonderful thing, celibacy before you get married. It's just not easy. I'm just not putting
you know what? It's hard to do that.
Yeah, it is.
It's really not easy. It is really not easy. Really, it's I didn't know
Steve
that
said,
it was that
"Not
hard
for
to
you,
do
Valley."
that.
I mean, I'm knowing that. Now who's starting, Steve?
She said, "Hush, Steve. That's a hard thing to do."
It is, but I think that it's worth
especially
it.
when you come into bed with your birthday suit on. I'm like, yo, what you
Okay,
doing?
so you shouldn't. There's things you shouldn't do to intimidate it. But I think that the reason why it is a good thing and it's worth it is because of what you get out of it.
No,
Because
what we have.
yeah, I definitely agree
It's
that
beautiful. What we have is super, super beautiful, and I wouldn't trade this in for
me
nothing
either.
in the world.
And
Nothing.
so if I had to do it all over again, I would do it
The
just
same
the
exact
same
way.
way because it was worth it.
4 years. We've been married 4 years. Wow,
Almost.
4 years, and we have not had one argument. That's crazy. That is, y'all, for real. Like, I know y'all hear us say that all the time, but we literally never had an argument. Never. She gets on my nerves
Happy
at times.
birthday! Okay, I make sure that
Whose
I'll
birthday?
send you a happy. Friday is Eunice's birthday. She said, "Speaking of birthday, mine is Friday."
Oh, no doubt. I'm gonna do a live Friday just for your
I'm
birthday.
gonna make sure he does a live for your birthday because he always say he gonna do a live.
You got to get a You got to get a we're gonna get a birthday hat and some what's the names?
And baby, I wouldn't change it either.
I know you wouldn't. I'm a bomb diggity.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Bob Diggity.
Yeah, I was on my teddy for a minute.
Okay. I'd say, baby. So Eunice White, early happy birthday.
Forgive me, y'all. I'm tired. I'm getting tired, yo. I'm getting tired.
So everybody heard you say that you're gonna do a
live for Eunice's birthday.
Where is the vigilante Poom Poom at?
I don't know, the vigilante Poom Poom Slayer.
Yeah.
Where's everybody going? There's only 4 people here with us tonight. It was 10 a minute ago. What happened? They don't like the subject?
And they don't like talking about
y'all
marriage.
Scared of marriage?
They don't want to talk about marriage.
You better get right.
Get right. Or maybe it was the celibacy. That'll scare somebody away. This is for the single guy. Do you think you can of your female friends without touching her sexually? My husband can.
Yes, I can. Man, listen, I put on MMA and that thing won't even matter.
Trust me, I tested that.
I wouldn't even.
I would like for the guys to answer that though.
It's called willpower.
I had one of my best friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
One of my best friends spent 2 weeks when my mother passed away. It threw me into this terrible tailspin. And I have a friend, my best friend, who stayed with me for 2 weeks.
Wait a minute. Eleanor, ain't nobody getting old. Get out of here.
He stayed with me for 2 weeks, slept in the bed with me, and did not touch me for 2 weeks. And
so after the 2 weeks was up,
no, he didn't. He went home. Actually, I hurt his feelings, and he went home because I was going through some changes there. But he did. So, and I know that it can be done. Men can do it. Steve said, "You better than me." So, Steve, you saying you can't do that?
I want to address you. Why you? I mean,
he said, "Hell no." Steve said, "Hell no."
Why do you think I getting old
because
because
you
I
was
said that.
yawning. No, because you was yawning and said I'm tired.
Oh, excuse me.
Steve got it.
Oh, looked up me.
Steve,
I got it. Oh,
guess I got my answer. He said you sure did because he said he couldn't do it. You don't think if you was in love with somebody, Steve, and you could not do it?
I'm gonna tell you what really.
And why couldn't you do it? Why do you feel like you couldn't do it?
I know why I did it, and the reason why it was not so hard for me is because for real, I didn't want to feel like I was letting God down.
The question is, for the guys, could you stay in the bed with a female and not? Let me say it like he said it. For the single guys, do you think you could spend the night in the same bed as one of your female friends without touching her sexually? That was the question. I like to cuddle, and you know what that leads to? Well, you know what? Let me say something about that, Eleanor. Just because, we have been programmed to feel like that if we want to cuddle, that will lead to other things. Because that's what we've been programmed to feel, because that's what most men do. However, let me tell you something that my husband taught me. That's not necessarily true. You should be able to cuddle without that leading to something. Because if you just want to cuddle, you should be able to just cuddle.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't have to lead to
I
something.
don't think
Because you used to let me lay on you and just cuddle up with you and not.
Yeah.
And it didn't necessarily lead to anything.
Yo, D, what's good, bro?
Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Steve said maybe if she wore a full set of PJs and a robe with pillows between us.
You know what? Let the freak inside of you. Oh,
Dorian said yes, done it plenty of times.
No doubt.
But at one point we were smash and grab partners.
Yeah,
Steve,
that's my man
guy,
right
not happening. That's what Eleanor said. Chilling and in love. Uh-oh.
That's what's up.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's my dude, man. I've been on D for like 25 years.
Steve, I think that if you had a purpose, and I might not do anything, but that don't mean I wouldn't want. No, that's a different thing.
One, two, and
doing it is two
totally
different things. Yeah, you could want to and not do it. It's okay. Like I wanted to. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
I wanted to really bad, but I was like either this or answer to God, and I was like, well, that ain't worth it. I'm not even dipping in that because that man up there is all powerful. I'm not.
But then you always think it's not like I'm never going to get it. I'm going to get it. We're going to get married.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the thought was like, I waited this long. You can't miss what you ain't never had. So I never had it. So I could wait for it. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, I knew that if I waited and was obedient to God, that he was going to make it so that, shucks, when I did get it, it's going to be fireworks and mariachi bands and Parliament Funkadelics playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot going on. There was a lot going on our honeymoon. There was a lot going on.
Dorian said it's about self-control, and yes, what does God say about it?
That's right, D. That's right. Eleanor said, beep, beep.
Backing up closer.
You know what? So I guess you beep, beep, beep. You got Dorian, the red light flashing too, Eleanor?
Dorian said with my wife, I waited like 6 to 8 months.
That's what's up. Yo, and it was like, I know it was a whole lot of, it was a lot of stuff going on that night when it went down, though, bro. I know it. Boy, listen. I know how it was for us.
I can snuggle with my woman without it and just talk. I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah, your woman, but she said a friend.
Eleanor said, let me behave.
Talking about me.
Dorian said, it helps to solidify my love for her. Yes.
That's the most important thing, man.
Yes.
That's
what that does. That's exactly
so
what it does.
So that way you know that, okay, one day if something happened, God forbid, something happens where we're not able to encounter each other sexually, that at least we still have a great friendship. We still have a great relationship. We still get along. We can still make each other laugh. We can still coexist together and all of that. Like, that's important. That was important to me.
And yes, it takes out any misconceptions about,
why you're together.
Yeah, because it's not like no, okay, so he's got great sex, so I'll excuse.
He got great sex, but this nigga ain't got no job.
Yeah, but I could deal because I'm having sex with him and sex
yeah,
good.
So
it takes out all that.
I make enough money on my job, so I'm all right.
Dorian said it was a lot of praying. I thought it was a 11.0 earthquake the first night. I know that's right.
Man, listen.
Hey, Rah-Rah.
Yeah.
So, Rah-Rah, what we're talking about is before you say I do, the things that you must do and say before you get married. Steve said, I would have to handcuff Eleanor to the footboard and gag okay, you know what? I forgot. You two in the corner. Y'all go in the corner and y'all talk amongst yourselves.
That sounds like a lot of S&M to me.
I know, right? That's on something totally different.
Yeah, Steve, she said Steve got kinky.
So you know what? Y'all go ahead in y'all corner now.
Hey, look.
You know what? I believe that if you really love someone, that you can lay in bed with them and not.
Rah-Rah can't.
You don't think Rah-Rah? Rah-Rah.
Nope.
Can you lay in bed with a female without having sex with her?
Man, not Mr. Freak-O-Matic. That nigga right there.
Steve said that's to keep her off me. The handcuffs.
Hey, Steve, that's a good idea, Steve.
Yeah, but it's too late now.
Nah, to keep you off me, because Lord knows.
No, it's too late now. We married. You ain't got no excuse now. And I told you that's payback for all that time when we wasn't married that I had to suffer with all the clothes on.
Boy, sometimes I'll be like, can I just watch TV? Can I watch my show first?
See, Rah-Rah said he's done it before.
He was drunk.
Leave my brother. Steve God said, like Janet Jackson, I'm in control.
No doubt.
That's what Eleanor said.
Wolf said, lay where? In the bed.
In the bed with them.
Lay in the bed with
a female
friend and not have sex with them.
All night. Now, if you don't like the other person, then laying in the bed fully dressed ain't no issue.
Facts.
This is if you do like them, though.
Wolf said Rah-Rah was dreaming.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, Mom, how are
Mom.
you? Hey, what's happening?
I guess my female friends don't trust me.
Oh,
well, did you give them reason not to?
I mean, what can I say? Wolf said, picture that. Oh, man. Well, you guys.
We got 1 minute. So
1 minute.
Good night.
I would trust you, Steve.
See you later. Love you. Good night, Mom. Were you here all along? Just not saying nothing? Or you just popped in to say good night?
Dorian Woodruff said.
Eleanor said, I would trust you, Steve. And Dorian said, I would play with the big toe and see where it leads.
Only because
Rah-Rah said, only because I know I'm going to smash.
I know that's right, Rah. Oh.
You know what? I think that if it's the right person, I have faith in all you men that are single, and I feel like if it's the right person, you guys could do
Yeah,
it.
they could. They could.
If it was somebody that
If it was a raunch bucket, then it